Patchy stronghold, and it looks as though he might be leaving it to Ruby Walsh on this occasion. Let's find out with Des.
Briar Hill straight into the lead, tracked by Azorian as they make their way towards the first flight in this 2.5 miler for the Grade 1 Navan Novice hurdle. Briar Hill and Ruby Walsh showing the way to solitary opponent Azorian and Davy Russell. They go down towards the bottom turn. They've quite a run now before they reach flight number 2, which will be the first of 3 in the straight. Briar Hill, 1.5 lengths in front of Azorian as the pair race across the bottom of the track to make the approach to the straight. Next flight they face up to will be flight number 2. Briar Hill, 2-length leader to Azorian as the pair race on the approach to the bend now to swing into the straight and face the first of 3 flights that will bring them towards the stands in the Navan Novice hurdle. 2.5 miles of the trip. Briar Hill turns in, just tracked 1.5 lengths to 2 back by Azorian as they face flight number 2. And coming to it now, Briar Hill and Ruby Walsh over in front, tracked 2 lengths back. Azorian down the hill towards flight number 3 as they make the descent now down towards the centre flight in the straight. Briar Hill bowling along, 2 in front of Azorian. They face up to the middle flight in the straight and make their way now towards the stands. Briar Hill over in the lead, 2 lengths up on Azorian as they come to the flight that will take them up to race in front of the stands. Of course, the final flight after another complete circuit. So the pair come now to flight number 4. Briar Hill, 2 lengths in front of Azorian as they come up now to race in front of the judge. A complete circuit of the track ahead of them. The next flight they face past the stands will be number 5 as Briar Hill and Ruby Walsh, the Cheltenham bumper winner, tracked a couple of lengths by Azorian. Put up a fine effort here on the track last time when following home a patchy stronghold. So the pair race away from the stands to go to flight number 5, which will bring them towards the halfway point in this 2.5 miler. Briar Hill, tracked by Azorian, as they turn now and race down the far side past the 10 furlong starting point. Briar Hill tracked by Azorian, a couple of lengths between them, making the descent down now towards the 6th flight. And Briar Hill, Azorian just ran off the bend a bit there, and Davy Russell with a few steering problems as they race on now down towards the next flight. Briar Hill had gone on considerably in front. Azorian has now cut the gap back again. They jump that flight and now make their way on down just outside the mile pole. They've got 5 flights left to jump as Briar Hill, tracked again by Azorian, 2.5 lengths or so now between them. And they go now to the next flight down the back. 2 in the back straight and 3 in the home straight ahead of them. 5 to jump in the Navan Novice hurdle. And Briar Hill leads Azorian by 2.5 lengths or so as they go now to the last flight, the far side. This will be 4 from the finish. After this one, they've considerable run to 3 out. So going now to the last flight, the far side, 4 from the finish. Briar Hill over, a couple of lengths in front of Azorian as they go now down towards the bottom turn and begin the long run across the bottom bends now to approach the first of the final 3 in the straight. And Briar Hill, a couple of lengths in front of Azorian as they continue across the bottom now, beginning the run for the home turn. In the lead is Briar Hill, who's been in front, showing the way to his solitary opponent throughout the journey, and is tracked all the while now just 2 lengths back by Azorian as they come to make the approach to the home turn where they've 3 left to jump. Briar Hill tracked by Azorian as they come now to round the home turn and shortly now facing up towards the 3rd last flight. Briar Hill tracked by Azorian. Into the straight they come for the final 3 flights. Briar Hill, Azorian within 2 lengths of the leaders. They come now to the 3rd from the finish. And over the 3rd last, Briar Hill, Azorian getting a bit closer on the outside. Ruby Walsh just getting a little bit anxious on Briar Hill. Obviously lazing a little bit in front. Azorian now beginning to try and close to join him now on the near side. as they come down towards the second last. And it is Briar Hill, Azorian towards the near side, and Azorian jumped to the better and races up now to try and join Briar Hill, but Briar Hill is responding now and beginning to put a couple of lengths between them as they come to the final flight. Briar Hill jumped that one brilliantly, Azorian trying to close again, but on the run up towards the finish, it's Briar Hill is going to make all and follow up his recent debut win over hurdles and wins the Navan Novice for Ruby Walsh and Willie Mullins. Azorian